In the next 118 minutes, you are going to watch me brutally break down one of my student sales calls who currently makes 17k per month at the age of 19. We'll be going over his discovery, his pre-handling of objections, building emotion with the prospect, as well as post-objection handling skills. And you'll be able to watch me coach him step by step, just like I do inside of Closer's Cult. Now, if you don't know what Closer's Cult is, it's essentially a cult, yes, a cult, of young guys who want to crush it in sales, travel the world, make a bunch of money, and do whatever they want. And they're also really fucking good at sales. Now make sure you stick to the end, because what we cover towards the end of the call is the exact thing holding you back from making more than $10,000 a month in commissions. And it's part of the reason that even guys like Ellis, who make 17k per month, aren't hitting those 20 or 30k months. Without further ado, enjoy the video.
Ellis,
Hello?
I'm not sure if you can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi.
Can you hear and see me okay?
Just the volume. There you go.
Let me now. Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you fine.
A little bit better of an understanding of essentially where you guys are at the moment, where you would be looking to kind of take Airbnb potentially. And if all aligns, I think we can help. I'll walk you guys through exactly what that's going to look like. If not, no worries at all. Happy to point you guys in a better direction. Okay. So
Okay. Yeah.
awesome. So, I mean, I know you guys have had a little bit of a chat to Mason, I think it was, but I've had a brief look over the notes. There might be a little bit of layover. But walk me through it. I'd love to know, what was your guys' main motivation for, I guess, wanting to look into this business in the first place?
Just more time for ourselves. More time freedom, financial freedom. It's not about just like really getting rich. It's just about having more time to ourselves and doing things that are more important than spending most of it at work. And it's not just 8 hours a day that you spend those time at work, because you have to prepare, and coming home, you're always like
Sure.
we're exhausted.
Yeah.
So we want to have that time freedom as well.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That's awesome. So for you guys at the moment, what do you guys want for work?
I'm a nurse,
You're a
and
nurse?
yeah, registered nurse. Ina's also a nurse, but she's not yet working. I think she's going to be working in a few weeks now. She's going to start working.
So I guess for you guys then, in a sense of kind of buying back your own time, would Airbnb, if all made sense, if you could, like, would you look to potentially transition out of being a nurse, or do you always want to kind of keep doing that no matter what?
We just want to be realistic. I'm doing part-time, so I'm doing
Okay.
if I want to.
I don't know if you're picking up on this yet. You
Mhm.
probably do later, maybe say something, but notice some of the language, how he's saying, if it's possible, if it does well enough, just to be realistic.
Mm.
Like all this sort of stuff stems from like belief of whether
Yeah.
he can do it or not.
Yeah, and it came out 110% because he had so many limiting beliefs, and I feel like I couldn't like build new beliefs. I couldn't shit on his beliefs enough to the
Yeah.
point where he was able to build new beliefs.
Yeah.
Which again would come out in the objections.
I think honestly, like I know that you probably picked up on it here, but maybe you bring it back later.
Mhm.
But as soon as I hear something like, where did he say up here? He said, more time. It's not about getting rich either. It's not about getting rich. Like that right there. Like, what, you don't want to be rich?
Mm.
Like even just a little comment like that to just instantly pattern interrupt.
Yeah.
So like, hey, think bigger.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
you could do it
for
that
sure.
early.
yeah. You know why people say that, right? It's because of a lack of belief, usually.
Mm,
Because you got to
yeah.
think what's the meaning behind them saying that? Because
Mhm.
that's the word he said, but what did he mean by what he says? It's like, so you're telling me tomorrow, if I gave you 10 million, you're going to tell me no because it's not about being rich. Like, you're going to take the money. It's just, do you believe you can get there?
Mm.
So
Yeah,
The reason
okay.
I say that is it's like a coping mechanism because they're not faithful that they can do it.
Yeah,
They don't have the belief in
yeah.
themselves to get there.
For sure.
And it's probably because if they're from the Philippines as well, like it'll be an upbringing thing, a culture, like you can understand that with your prospects as well. But
Okay.
like that's the word, but it's like, what does he mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%.
Just straight
Picking
away.
up on the language.
100%. Okay.
We just want to be realistic. I'm doing part-time, so I'm doing
Okay.
if I want to take this business seriously, so we're thinking about just dropping off a few hours, and if it really works well, the business would be really sustainable. Well, we don't, I think it's more appropriate to do this full time.
Okay, awesome. Where are you guys from again, by the way? This is pretty funny, but just to I can show you her in a second. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen Charmaine's one of our students. She's from the Philippines. Very, very similar.
We have plenty of time for.
Hello.
So everything is gonna be more expensive. My son's growing, so he's gonna be going to school,
Mhm.
and we just
Okay, what makes you say you would be busier? Like, just help me understand the rationale in a sense. Like, what's kind of
at work. Like if I'm not doing Airbnb, and just moving forward, because we just moved here in Gold Coast, so we're planning to buy a home, so we're gonna pay for a mortgage, we're gonna pay for a lot of bills, and my son's growing up, so our financial needs would increase. So we're just projecting that if we're just gonna go on the same course as we are doing right now, we're gonna be very busier, and we're
Okay.
gonna
And
have
do
to pick
you,
up a lot of shifts.
right. Okay. And do you not feel like, I guess, you would have the time or the time flexibility that you'd like if you were to kind of keep going with the nursing, like to keep up with the financial commitments? Is that
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, true. We're just gonna be spending a lot of time at work just so we can keep up financially.
What's a way you can get the same answer of like pain and problem, but without suggesting it to them?
obviously asking questions that induce that answer?
Yeah, but something more open-ended, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so what other than like the money, like what's the main reason you actually want to transition out of nursing, if you
Yeah.
could? Just like very open.
We're just gonna
Because
Another
like,
thing, oh, sorry.
yeah, you go.
Another thing I would do is because he's almost consequencing himself there.
Yeah.
You can attach a meaning to it. So he's like, we'll be getting a lot busier if we don't do this and we continue, blah blah blah. I'd be like, what would that mean though?
Yeah.
So like you can change the wording of that, but like attach some sort of meaning to
Yeah.
the consequence.
Yeah. Because that's where it
Because
would
it's like
lie.
it would mean we won't be able to spend as much time with our son or something.
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
that.
And that's what eventually came out. But I
Yeah.
think hitting that early on for sure.
Yeah, because there you'll get urgency.
gonna be spending a lot of time at work just so we can keep up financially.
Okay, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
how long have you guys been nursing for?
Well, it's just not so long ago because we just moved here in Gold Coast. So we were working full time back then in New South Wales. We just moved here March this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the moment, my wife's not working, so we got plenty of time at the moment. But just going back to our feet and buying a house, moving forward to that. Those were
I
just
mean,
the
for you guys, if you've kind of how old's the son, by the way?
3.
I
Yeah.
mean, for you guys, and if it's been like almost or close to a year in a sense, or let's say 9 months that you guys have kind of been in the Gold Coast with your son, working full time as a nurse, like what sort of shifted recently now that has you kind of wanting to kind of buy back your time and wanting to potentially transition out?
No, it's just the way we value.
Also, one little thing, I would get the wife
Yeah.
in frame. I would say, so sorry, I just lost you. Like was whatever her name was. Sorry, like Rebecca, I can't
yeah.
quite see you.
Like I did not do this and like the whole call.
Yeah.
Okay.
I barely involved her.
Yeah.
Which I usually do. I'm not sure why I didn't. It was just a thing of because she kept on leaving with the kid. So she kept on going out of frame and leaving with the kid, which I could have prevented that. But then when it got to that point, I was just like having a conversation with him.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, right? Like you never know, especially with couples, when you're starting to 2 people, it's like she could be the one that wears the pants and makes the decisions.
She could be, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like we
exactly.
don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Value family, like
Bring her in. It's like not ask her rebound questions on everything, but just on the problem.
Yeah.
Or like on the pain points or on the reasons why. Like are you the same, or
Yeah.
is there something else coming up for you as well that makes this important for you?
For sure.
Because sometimes they'll add other things, and then it's like you can use, like she might have a complete different problem that she's barely talked to him
Yeah.
about enough, and then
Yeah.
it's like him hearing her say that causes him way more pain and urgency
Yeah.
than you can ever
For
create.
sure.
You'd be
Because it means
surprised
so
how many
much more.
times she'll say something that he didn't even know about before
Yeah.
the call. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
By the way, if you guys are listening and you're wondering how you can learn more about Closes Cold and how you can actually make 10, 15, 20K a month from remote sales, then just click the link in the description. There's going to be more information there. Anyway, back to the pod.
I don't want to be caught up at work most of the time. I just want to spend more quality time to my son and my wife,
Sure.
to each other.
Do you
Yeah.
not feel like you're spending?
We
I guess,
we
a lot
are
of-
spending enough time now, but we're
Oh,
just
okay.
thinking like if like moving forward, just with the plans that we have to buy a house,
Okay.
to be more comfortable. So that would that's equivalent to that would equate to more bills, and more
Okay,
bills
yeah,
would
that makes
demand
sense.
more work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in terms of Airbnb, then for you guys as well, how much do you actually need to be making for you guys to, I guess, become these people who can essentially cut back the hours, step back, but more importantly, have enough money to the point where you can spend more quality time and not have to kind of get caught up in the money side of things? Like, what will be your initial goal in terms of Airbnb?
Initial goal is just to secure one property and learn the system.
Okay. So
Yeah.
secure one property. And then
We just
to get
want
to
to
that point-
learn the system. Definitely, yeah.
Okay. And then for you guys to get to that point where you can spend more time, with your family and manage the financial commitments on the side as well, like how much do you need to be making from Airbnb?
Not really much. Like because we're just content. Like we were we live simply, and I think just probably 100 grand a year, or
Okay.
about that 150 grand a year. That's more comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So around 10 to 12K a month. Okay. That
That's,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Okay, I mean, like, would you say no to more?
Like
It's the
just
same pattern.
more snappy, like, okay, do you not want more? Like just little challenges, very slight. And even with a
Yeah.
smile on your face, I think would really help.
Yeah, for
You gotta
sure.
be cheeky.
And another problem, just so you guys can kind of catch on through it, was that there was no urgency, but when I was consequencing, it was almost like, what happens if this keeps happening? It was like he was almost willing to just settle for that. And it got to a point where I was just like you're really willing to settle for not being able to spend enough time with the kids.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, if it has to be that way, then it's fine. And that kept on coming up.
Yeah, we can see when it comes up, but
Yeah.
yeah, like potentially just being more direct.
Yeah. Okay. For sure.
And just like sometimes I'll just say, like earlier on as well, he
Yeah.
said, you know, I want to spend more time with my family. And then you're like, are you not spending as much time as you'd like to? And he goes, oh no, we are. Like, okay, so do you want more time or not? Like,
Yeah.
what's the case here?
Because
Yeah.
if it doesn't make sense, you got to ask.
Yeah, I think what made sense in my head was that he was coming from a standpoint of he's about to buy a house, son's about to go through school. When it comes to that point, he's not going to be able to earn enough financially to be able to support his family to the capacity that he wants.
Well, that's
Which
a
is-
great consequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what I struggled with was there was no urgency in it. You guys will notice
Yeah.
throughout the call as well, but
Give that consequence to the way he did is because he has the lack of belief. So he's almost
Yeah.
accepted it
Yeah.
already.
exactly.
So he's
For
in the
sure.
state of just accepting this is what it is. But he's
Yeah.
kind of like chucking a Hail Mary out.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. Just picking up on like the little things would have had such a massive influence on the
Yeah,
outcome
just
of the call.
every uncertain language,
Exactly.
every
Yeah.
uncertain word.
Yeah.
I know
And
it's
in
gonna be
ter-
more I know if we are really if you want to push it, I know we could earn more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the beauty.
I mean, is there any reason you wouldn't push it to its maximum capability?
Yeah.
Is there any reason
If
you
we
wouldn't want to
would.
make as much as you
Yeah.
possibly can?
Yeah, again. Of the business as well, right? Like once you kind of scale that portfolio, like to give you a bit of context, myself and the mentors, we're at a point now where it doesn't affect us to add on a new property, right? So I guess that is one part of the business, and right, but for Airbnb as well, guys, like I'm a pretty firm believer. Everyone probably can get to, let's say, 10K a month with Airbnb by themselves, right? Maybe it's just about how long it takes or how many roadblocks they've got to overcome, right? But I guess for you guys, like, why not just go out and try and do this on your own? Like, why even potentially consider outside help?
Oh, well, we could do that, but we want a mentor. We want someone who's tried the system.
Okay,
We want
why is
someone
that?
who,
Why is
we
it-
it's just I think it's just wise to go that way. Like if something like any business, it requires knowledge and training. For you guys, I know I was just watching the video. It was more of a trial and error, and with those errors, you've developed a system, you've learned a lot, and I just don't want to go to that road that.
Ah.
I want to do the road that has been already paved, like the
100%.
system that works already.
I think before we move on there,
I noticed this even after the first bit of the call was very not great, and it was kind of pushed through.
yeah.
I shouldn't have done this correct.
Yeah.
Sure, but what were you going to say?
Well, just to explain it, because like obviously we've done a lot of training, but just to even explain to the audience, like what do you feel you could have gone deeper on here, just to break down your thought process
in terms of
this question here, like
is-
why was this when you said you should have gone a bit deeper there? Like what do you feel like you missed here?
in terms of why he's looking for mentorship or why he would
Yeah,
want
so he goes
mentorship?
like, we want someone who's tried the system, with any business that requires training and knowledge. I was watching the video before you were doing trial and error, so we just don't want to go down that path. Like, I think
Yeah.
I would have taken it like another step further. Okay, like why not though? Like you'd be surprised, a lot of people would.
yeah.
Like, why do you feel like it's
There's a
beneficial to get
bunch
that
of-
help?
Yeah, for sure. Just reinforce it.
Yeah.
100%.
Because if we think back to like every question we ask, right? Every question we ask has an answer that we want.
Yeah.
The answer from this DIY is it's not necessarily them saying they can't do it on their own. It's why they don't want to.
Yeah.
That's the answer we need.
For sure.
So like it touches on
Not
it.
why they think it would be beneficial, but why they don't go and do it by themselves.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. And so this is a good label.
Sure. And I appreciate you guys realizing that as well. But let's like in terms of us really like sitting down with you guys as well. And I usually add an identity frame there. I didn't with these guys. I kind of just moved on. The start was very kind of rushed.
Yeah, that's right. What would you have added? Like,
Well, there I usually I kind of shift it into a bit of like a employee entrepreneur mindset sort of frame.
Mm.
And it works really well with multiple prospects. I should have implemented it here. but
yeah, Just something like, yeah, I mean, it's cool that you realize it's better to get help, because you'd be surprised. There's a lot of like people that are getting started with Airbnb and they think it's just as simple as like clicking a few buttons.
Yeah.
So like, have you guys always been the type to like, get outside help and look for better
Just
ways, or is that
completely
recent?
remove it.
Yeah.
Remove it, yeah, like
Just
100%.
lock that fucking door.
To make it even
exactly.
better, you use his own words, because he said it was wise to do that. So be like,
Yeah.
well, you're actually smart for saying that.
Yeah.
Because you'd be surprised how many people don't, and they just think ChatGPT and YouTube is going to get them rich.
Yeah.
But they never have the commitment of a business owner.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to leave their 9 to 5, but keep the mindset.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
I actually
That's
learned this
ridiculous.
recently. I was listening to a podcast with this guy called Chase Hughes, who's basically like a
Mm.
manipulation fucking
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah.
And I realized why these labels work so well is because if you want to persuade someone to do anything, you have to make them feel clever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like that makes them feel clever. You're wise for doing that. It's smart that you're that type of
Right.
person.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And like mapping out your plan to build a portfolio, get to those 10K months to the point where you can kind of transition. I guess like what sort of training and support, knowledge, guidance, like do you guys really feel like you need to actually be able to get there?
Well, just probably just probably just how it's gonna be run. Like that's the basic of it all. Because I don't know any. I just only I was just only looking at the videos, so those are the only ideas that I have. I have like some idea, but just how like in the actuality of it, like how it's actually being done. We're gonna need mentorship in that, and the automation as well. Like in my generation, we don't have much use of AIs back then.
Okay. So a bit of like for you guys, it also sounds like a bit of like a step-by-step process.
True,
guide.
step by step. That's it.
Awesome. Okay, I love that. We can definitely help, right? But for you guys, how long have you really felt like you've wanted to?
Really got to get the wife buying in from the DIY and this one, because
Yeah,
those are
okay.
two important points. It's like, does she feel like she can do it by herself?
Yeah.
And is she going to give that objection?
Yeah, exactly.
And do you know that you're going to be able to pitch to his needs and her needs as well? So you
Yeah.
just start ticking
yeah,
those boxes.
yeah.
Like, am I satisfying her and him?
Because it might not
the
have
whole
been
way through.
aligned with it specifically what
'Cause,
she
like,
needed.
Imagine you get to the end and he's keen, but she's like, no, I think we can do it by ourselves, because you never found out
Yeah.
early, and then you're cooked. Because
Yeah.
like it's hard to objection handle him against her,
Exactly.
unless they're both bought in and you're objection handling both of their nerves and fear.
Yeah.
Like if she's saying no, I think we can do it by ourselves. Like that's so much harder if you haven't covered that up
Yeah.
top.
No, 100%.
I actually think as well, you can take this a level deeper, because like if you think about like what answer we want, right? So what answer do we ideally want from the like, what do you guys need help with? Like when we ask, what do you need help with? What answer do you want?
Just essentially the main pillars of what your pitch is going to be.
Yes. So I don't know what's going on here. Hang on, let me do this. What do you want? You want the pillars, right?
Yeah.
Pitch pillars.
Yeah.
So overall structure and guidance.
Yeah.
Is that a pitch pillar?
No, and I always move on with that. I don't go specific enough.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I would go into, okay, gotcha. Like, what do you feel like you need specific structure with?
Yeah.
And they might be like, especially with a BizOp audience, sometimes it's 50-50. Sometimes they'll give you something specific.
Mhm.
Sometimes they'll say, oh, I don't even know.
like
Yeah.
everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
like everything.
Yeah.
Okay, no stress. I mean, like generally people come to us because like they might know what sort of property would do well, but they don't know where to find them. Or you make it more specific for this business
Yeah,
model,
for sure.
but you can give them a list of things people could typically come to.
Yeah, and they'll
And then you can say, out of these, which one do you feel like you need the most help with?
yeah, if I'm honest with that question, most of the time it's completely useless for me.
Really?
It just shouldn't be, yeah. No, in a sense, like I don't take use of the
Make it
question.
useful.
I kind of just ask it because it's there.
Yeah.
Because it's part of
Yeah.
my structure. I just get like full structure, one-to-one guidance, support. Sweet.
Yeah.
You know the hack to make that better?
Yeah.
You got to reverse engineer based on what you want them to say. But
Yeah.
I want them to say, because I don't know that. So then I'll be like, why do you feel
Right.
like you need that though? "Oh, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because what that does is creates doubt and then creates more of a need. So
Yeah.
you're slowly layering them, because I know I want
Okay.
to make them admit, let's say they need help with sourcing a property.
Yeah.
Oh, why do you feel like you need help with that specifically? Oh, because I don't know what to look for. I'm scared I'm going to find one, but I'm going to lose money or negotiate wrong. And I just never had experience with it. So I need
Yeah.
help.
And then just reloop that straight
Yeah,
to the pitch.
because
You
they've
know
just
how you
they've sold
mentioned it.
themselves like the main point they need.
Exactly.
They've told you they don't have it. So it's like the main selling point in the pitch, and then
Yeah.
how you help them execute on it.
Yeah.
For sure. No, I like
Because
it.
what makes a great pitch, like certainty and conviction, number one, which I reckon you do.
Yeah.
But also it's making it sound like it's a glove that's fitting for their hand.
Yeah.
And the only way you can do that is if you get them to tell you what they need help with.
Yeah. Specific.
Otherwise, it sounds like you pitch that to everyone. And if they think you pitch that to everyone,
Really does, to be honest.
then it
This
might
is-
not be personal.
This is actually what I
Probably
saw
does.
when I was onboarding onto won't say his name's offer, but I was reviewing some sales calls of one of the closers, and he did like a super detailed discovery, took all of their business numbers, funnels, metrics, everything, pitched them like it was written by ChatGPT, and the main objection the mum gave was, so we've just had a super personal, deep conversation about us and our business and what we want and all of our numbers, but you sound like you could have said that to anyone.
Right.
And she gave that objection. I've never seen anyone give that before and be so upfront about it, but I was like, that's so fair enough, and it's his fault for not making it custom.
To be honest, I reckon most of my prospects could say that back to me,
So
which
that's
I need to improve on.
yeah, because then like yes, they need help with those things, but them saying they need it and then you saying, hey, remember how you said you need help with this? Well,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
that'll help a lot if you fix that.
For sure. To, in a sense, build something for yourself and kind of buy back your time. For how long have you really felt like that?
Oh, well, I've been thinking about that. It's just that as
Been thinking.
nurses, we're always our minds are always at work.
What's that?
Straight away the objection. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Straight away you can hear the objection.
And like how we spend our days off.
Yeah, for sure.
We've been thinking about that on and off. I've seen those videos on TikTok. I think that's probably the same video that
Language with a pen and interrupt. You can be like, you've been thinking, but what have you done?
Yeah.
It's straight away you're behind it already. Because like thinking is nothing. We
Yeah,
all think.
exactly.
Like
Exactly. Yeah, that's just a way to kind of shortcut why didn't you take action when you were thinking.
Yeah.
For sure.
Jordan has mentioned in the video. But he was US based. So back then we were from New South Wales. I thought I really want to do this thing. But we were from regional New South Wales. It's really hard to start from there.
Okay, how long ago was that?
Oh, maybe 2021? 2020, yeah, 2021. About that,
Oh, wow.
2022.
Okay.
That
Okay.
there's a man from US that's what he does.
Yeah.
Airbnb arbitrage. I've seen his videos, but I just thought, I couldn't do this if I'm here in regional New South Wales. So that's one of the reasons why we moved here in Gold Coast as well.
Okay. So what he just said, I didn't know if I could do it because I'm from New South Wales. What kind of like pattern is that? Or what kind of objection could that lead to?
Essentially just his limited beliefs again.
Yeah.
Fear, uncertainty, everything. Yeah.
What this guy has, he has a issue that a lot of people have, which is they think, oh, I'm so unique that you can't fix me.
Right.
Like my situation is too unique. That's why he didn't make it work when he was in New South Wales. It's why he didn't make it work because he's a nurse. Obviously, as a nurse, he goes, we're very busy, right? He's saying because I'm a nurse, because I was in all these places, I couldn't make it work. It's all this external shit. So this is where you can be like, okay, like, do you feel like there's anyone in New South Wales that is able to make Airbnb work though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the difference? Well, yeah, I guess they have the right strategy.
Yeah.
Right. So what stopped you from learning the right strategy
Get the internet.
despite you being in New South Wales?
For sure.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, all Orlando's doing is removing all of the answers he's already given. He's saying, aside from that, despite that, what actually stopped you? So the only way to go is
Internally, yeah.
internal.
Yeah,
Like there's no other way out apart
Exactly.
from
For sure.
accountability.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So I guess if it's been like, let's say 4 or 5 years almost to the point where
About
you
that,
want
yeah.
to build something for yourself and kind of been thinking about it in the back of your head, like before speaking to us, have you guys like ever fully kind of committed to another business model or explored other business ventures in that sense?
No, nothing.
Not really. Okay. Well, I guess what do you feel's really prevented you if that's kind of been in the back of your mind over the past few years?
Maybe because we're like our minds are trained as just doing employment. We were not really more like
They
business-minded
literally
people.
kept aligning with being an employee, and I couldn't get them out of them.
That's a cultural thing as well. Like
Yeah.
you have to pick that up in the Philippines. Like they're raised to go and work for their families.
Yeah.
And that's like a generational thing. But you can still break that with them.
This
Yeah,
is
I
all
tried my
such good
hardest,
meat
which
to
I love.
have.
Yeah.
So good meat.
Yeah.
Like right here, I mean, we'll see how you handle it as well. We can come back to it,
Yeah.
but like that's how our minds are trained, just being an employee, just doing
Yeah.
this employment.
That's like the strongest identity label they could give themselves.
Yeah.
Pretty
True.
much.
Do you want to
True.
say that? Do you want to say that way?
Yeah.
Right. Or like, okay, I get that. And like, by the way, like, appreciate you sharing that. I guess with you acting in that employee mindset, do you feel like that has served you to the extent that you
I
want it to?
get to that point. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
You can even say like,
No, this
even
one's
just
for a
saying
little
that,
while.
like even just saying that about yourself, that your mind is trained to be an employee, is that going to ever help you become a
Yeah.
business owner?
Mm.
So you can start breaking the mindset because they'll just be able to see that like, if they say they're made to be an employee, how could they ever become a business owner?
Exactly.
And if
Yeah,
they say
yeah.
no, it's like, oh, how are you going to fix this?
We thought a few things like online business, like what is it? just a few online businesses. We
Yeah.
weren't really successful in those. We haven't tried, but we're just looking at them.
Yeah, in terms of that, like more so like employee mindset as well, right? Because this is a big thing that I have a lot of emphasis on because like coming into this business, like sure, money is important, but it's who you're becoming in the journey, right? Because like not anyone can join in that sense. I'll be real with you because a lot of this coming into business, coming into entrepreneurship in itself, right? We really, really, really have to adapt our mindset to that entrepreneurial style in a sense, right? Because there's going to be hardships, there's going to be things, there's going to be nerves, there's going to be roadblocks, setbacks, and with that employee mindset, in a sense, it's kind of hard to overcome them, right? Always needing certainty, need a backup option, needing a guarantee, right? Because like,
I was saving that.
Yeah.
Whose idea is this?
for sure.
Everything, I think this is from Matt Ryder. I don't know
Yeah.
where it's not like everything you say is garbage, everything
Yeah.
they say is gospel.
Exactly.
Like whatever you want to tell them, think how can I get them to say this?
Yeah.
And that's where you being as employee has that served you.
Yeah.
Like very open-ended questions because you know where you're going.
Yeah.
You can funnel them where you want to
Yeah.
go. Let them say it.
Yeah.
You have more
100%.
control than you think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like something I've really like honed in over the last like year, I would say, is just learning to just like sit back and like be a passenger in a sense, or they think you're a passenger in the
So
conversation,
you're pulling the
but you're
strings.
actually pulling the strings and you know
Yeah.
exactly where
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
going.
yeah, exactly.
And just let them funnel themselves.
I think I attacked the wrong thing just with this one single frame. You'll see what I said. Where do you
Yeah.
feel those type of people in?
Yeah.
But they already aligned to one of those people. So wrong frames for sure.
It's just because like everything you said is right, but it's because you're saying
Telling
it to them,
they don't
it doesn't stick.
Yeah.
You need to get their clocks shifting internally, and that's only going to happen if they say it.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
And both of them,
Yeah.
especially because it's two.
You guys probably see it as well. You might have felt like this in the past, but like those people who kind of step into business or step into entrepreneurship, but they're still stuck in that like play it safe employee mindset. Like where do you guys really feel those type of people end up?
Oh, I don't know. They just go back to employment. Like it's a safety net for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like that's do you guys feel like that's what's in a sense almost
We'll let her speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Like like a bit more directness.
Yeah,
Especially when they say this limiting shit.
Yeah. Do you want that though?
Yes.
held you back over the past few years?
Yeah, most likely it is.
See, that's
Reflection.
hard.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
think I could so.
Yeah.
He's just telling you what you want to hear now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't mind employment, just to be real with you, we don't mind employment. Like, I'm pro with both business employment.
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
Do you know what caused him to say that statement right there?
Because it was your idea.
He's getting
So-
defensive.
Yeah.
He's putting a wall up because we projected this belief, and then he's putting resistance up.
Right.
But
yeah.
if we got him to realize, like, this is all upstream.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Sure.
But it's cool to see it because, like, this is a very easy change. Like, you
Yeah.
can see the only reason you're dealing with this at minute 19 is because of minute 5.
Yeah.
It's not like only a few tweaks, like, change the whole trajectory of the call.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's because the longer he stays in his like the language pattern, which comes
Yeah,
from the way
the
he
longer
thinks,
he
it
aligns
just
with
gets
it.
so strong, so
Yeah.
much stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I think that's definitely something I can work on, picking up on that early and attacking it as soon as it happens rather than dealing with it when it comes to this point.
Yeah, and thinking like really training, how can you say less
Mm.
and have more intent behind what you say?
Yeah, I definitely over contextualize as well. I
Yeah.
do find myself doing
It's so common.
Yeah.
But like right where he said like what happens to him, instead of like saying a lot of words, it's like, do you want that? And that has so much more weight because like they have to answer that.
yeah. So yeah,
Like,
So
do you
yes
do
or
you
no?
really want that though?
no,
And
it's-
like
it's good
lower your
stuff, yes,
tone, be more serious.
Yeah,
for sure.
But
Okay,
it's
but
like
did
a caring way. It's like
Yeah,
you're,
exactly.
you're hugging them, but it's like, bro, do you want that?
yeah.
you mind if I kind of share a bit of a perspective on that, like almost like employee mindset in a sense?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
'cause,
can.
like I guess have you guys or can you guys sort of see how that way of thinking, in a sense, that mindset, having that employee mindset has almost put you guys in a position where you're not set up for the future to the point where you have these financial commitments and you're not able to spend enough time, quality time with your family. Like, is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, because I guess if we looked back over that past, 4 years, right, like what have we actually lost by having that employee mindset, having that way of thinking?
Yeah, we lost the opportunity.
Yeah, and what does opportunity lead to?
What do you mean opportunity?
Yeah. Really just like it's I'm guessing it's gonna be a theme, just more like open-ended. Like, what do you mean? You're funneling them too much.
Yeah.
Like it's too leading. You
Yeah,
want
what part?
so all of this, right? So
Okay.
I guess have you guys sort of seen how that way of thinking, that employee mindset has put you guys in a position where you're not set up for the future,
That
right?
works
You're
well, but-
creating this
yeah.
thing and then saying, can you see that? It's like me
It's
saying,
my idea again.
can you see this? Can you see my
Yeah, yeah.
idea?
Sure.
Is that fair? Yes, no. And what does that cost you? Opportunity. And what does that lead to? Money and time. It's too leading.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
just went, if we look back, like, do you feel like that served you? I guess in some ways and not in others. Well, what ways hasn't it?
Yeah.
X, Y, Z. Okay,
Yeah.
how do you mean? Just let them
Yeah.
figure it
And
out.
it's like when they say that, what have you lost thinking that
Yeah.
way? And he goes, opportunity. How so?
Yeah.
And it's
And
just
this-
like quick little 2-word probes off the back of it will get you the answers you need without like forcing them into it.
Yeah. It definitely comes out in the end, you'll see.
Yeah.
Towards the end, he was literally saying we have different beliefs.
Mm.
Because like, I guess then, what for you guys? What really happens if you keep letting that employee mindset, keep letting that comfortability and that way of thinking, like dictate your actions and stop you from investing into a skill set? Like, what happens then if we keep staying with that way of thinking?
Yeah, we're gonna be still working.
Right. And are you willing to settle for that?
So it's not too bad for us.
I think even here, okay, so you're coming at it from this lens of like that's super negative, right? And you hold that belief. And then in his mind, he's kind of like, it's okay. So we're like projecting it onto him. And that's what's causing the friction
Yeah.
here. But like, don't like even in your body expression
Yeah.
here, right? Like you guys willing to settle for that? It's like very concerned as if it's obvious it's a negative thing.
Yeah.
But it might not be obvious it's a negative thing to him. So I would just say like, I mean, like, are you okay to settle for that?
Yeah,
Like,
right. Okay.
yeah.
I guess like, do you want to settle for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like get him to realize it's not what he
Yeah, because I
wants.
think what I'm doing works with a lot of like younger moldable prospects
Yeah.
that have all got the same kind of story, same cliche sort of
Yeah.
stuff, and it works with them.
Yeah.
But
And that,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
and this is what will allow you to like sell to more sophisticated or people that do think for themselves more.
Yeah,
Because like, yes, that will work with that archetype.
yeah, exactly.
But if you can learn how to do this with these guys and really let them run the call in a sense,
Yeah.
but you're behind the scenes,
yeah,
that'll translate to so many type of prospects.
yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. But if you feel like that kind of mindset's held you back over the past years from
You
investing,
can see here, you're like, the fuck?
Yeah, that's right. The body language.
But
I was like, really?
This is where you'll fuck up your intention triangle. Pass me the iPad, I'll show you what I mean. So it's like, oh, fuck. Hold on. Thanks. So like, this is where you'll get like the answers. So for example, like you've got, I'm pretty bad at drawing, but like you got your triangle here, right?
Mhm.
Intention is there, perception is there, and then like the value exchange is here. So like now your questions aren't coming from the right intention because you're seeking the answer so that they buy,
For sure.
rather than it's like I want to help these people get out of their own way so that they can put themselves in the best position.
Yeah.
And you can tell it. And intention's so contagious that that's the way he perceives your question, which then in terms of the value exchange, since he perceives your question, and you can tell by the energy dynamic, it's caused friction.
Yeah.
But it's because the way he perceived it, he's like, he wants me to think this way so I can do X.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the value exchange, he ends up like putting all of his walls up rather than dropping them down. And it all starts with the intention. If you fix your intention,
Yeah.
the perception of the way you ask the question changes. If you can tell you're
Yeah,
way more
yeah,
genuine, you're
exactly.
trying to help. Then when you get to the value exchange, his walls drop because he's like, okay, this
Exactly.
guy actually wants to help me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's been a lot of instances where I've said some like harsh shit on sales calls that like
But
other sales guys wouldn't say, and they're like, fuck, this guy doesn't actually.
By the way, if you guys are listening and you're wondering how you can learn more about Closers Cult and how you can actually make 10, 15, 20K a month from remote sales, then just click the link in the description. There's going to be more information there. Anyway, back to the pod.
care about losing the deal. Like he wants to help
because with the right intention, yeah,
because the
exactly.
intention's good, and I genuinely just didn't care enough. And that like it might come across harsh and blunt sometimes, but like people get the energy,
Yeah, no,
and then
for
they,
sure.
they still open up. And I'm like, because I always be like, I'm not judging you, but fuck, man, like step up.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
I'll like command them to step up sometimes. I'll be like the guy yesterday, he was like, well, I don't feel like putting down a deposit. I'm like, I don't care about your feelings, and neither does success, bro.
yeah,
It's like, it's a harsh thing to say, but I actually meant it.
yeah.
And then he can tell that. And he
Yeah.
was like, no, you're right. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be right. Like, I just don't care about if you feel like it, neither does the results you want.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I
for sure.
think one thing to add as well, bro, that will like take you from really good because you've got such a good base, but
Super
like
good.
really make you fucking good
Mm,
is adding your empathetic side as well.
Yeah.
And so like empathy, it's not agreeing with that mindset.
No.
Right? because you
Yeah.
very clearly disagree with that mindset,
Yeah, too clearly.
which is okay,
Yeah.
right? It's okay if you disagree with it, but what will make you really fucking good is still understanding why they have that perspective. Because if
Yeah.
we think about it, right, genuinely, all of us, you, me, Anton, the only reason we have the beliefs and the perspectives we have is because of what? What leads to anyone's beliefs and perspectives?
Perspectives.
Yeah. Why do you think the way you think? What are you
I
a
don't
result
know.
of?
My surroundings.
What do you mean?
In a sense, the way people behave around me is
Mhm.
similar. That's what I
When
think.
people are behaving around you, what's going on? What are you going through?
Well, like when you were zero
Can't find
years
the
old,
word.
when you were 0 years old, right?
Yeah.
And you're getting brought up by mum and dad,
Yeah.
and your friends and all the people that you grew up with,
Mm.
did you choose who your parents were? Did you choose to be born in Australia?
No.
Did you choose your environment up until you were, I don't know, like
No.
10, 15, right?
No.
None of that was a choice. And 0 to 8 is when all of our subconscious beliefs are formed.
Yeah.
And then 8 to 15 is then like, even then it's just to a lesser degree.
Yeah.
But you still form it. But up until then, really, you didn't choose any of that.
Yeah.
That is luck, right? You
Yeah.
could have been born in
Yeah.
a completely
Yeah,
different environment.
Exactly.
So all of your experiences and everything you've lived up until this point has led to where you are today,
Yeah.
and the beliefs and experiences.
Yeah.
So you can disagree with someone's beliefs and perspectives. That's fine. I can think that their way of thinking is wrong.
Yeah.
That's okay. But
Yeah.
as a fucking great closer and also a great fucking human,
Mm.
you can understand that, hey, I see why you think that way,
Yeah.
because you're born in the Philippines, you probably had different experiences, you're probably
Yeah.
surrounded by a different culture.
Yeah.
And when you truly believe that, that's automatically going to change your intent.
Yeah.
That's what
Because you're
fixes your
working
intent.
with them to overcome it. It's not like I have this belief, you have that belief. This
You're
one's
wrong,
right.
I'm right. It's like
Exactly.
I understand where you're coming from, but I see it
Let's
from this
fix
light.
this
But
shit.
I'm here to help you
Yeah.
get through it on your side of the
For
table.
sure.
Fixes intent, perceived value change,
Yeah.
perceived like intent changes, and
Yeah.
the value exchange is
Value
fixed.
exchange. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
for
it all
sure.
comes back to that.
It's you and them
100%.
against the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this all stems from investing, and it's put you in a
Yeah. Yeah.
He wants the money.
Because again, right, if we go back to that thing before, how you want to make people feel clever,
yeah,
what's the opposite of that?
yeah, making them feel shit.
Making them
dumb.
feel wrong, making them feel dumb.
And then
So
they're
that's
only going to put their walls up. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Position now where with these financial commitments coming up, you're not able to spend enough time together. Like, are you really
Yeah.
willing to settle for that?
No, I just have to speak my mind, right? There's nothing just for me and the values that we have, our personal beliefs, whatever means that we can have to support ourselves financially, we're okay with that. If it's employment, yeah, it's okay. If it's business, great.
Look at your
Yeah.
body
Yeah,
language.
exactly.
I know it's funny to
It's
look
just
back
like-
on. I've been there, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
I've been there.
same.
But very obvious, especially
The more experience you'll get, the more detached you'll get. So this is something I actually learned from Dan. He was like, detach yourself from their answers. It's like whatever they say, just think good, because you got the skill to change, like handle it. Because
Yeah.
it's true, you got the skill to change it. So don't get down
Yeah.
because they're giving resistance.
Yeah. Of
Because they're
course.
just at a different step in their journey of buying something.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're never going to be a buyer.
No,
Everyone's
exactly.
a buyer at some stage, whether it's with you or another closer
Yeah.
or another offer.
No,
They're going to
true.
buy something. Maybe. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. No, for
whatever they
sure.
say,
Doesn't matter.
good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. But I guess if you guys kept going the way you are going, do you feel like you are going to be able to, sure, you might be able to financially support, but are you going to be able to spend enough time, with your son, spend enough quality time with the family as you'd like?
Not as much as we want to.
And are you willing to settle for that?
It's all right. It's not something that we are just.
I mean, I don't know what happens after this, but I feel like it's lost there.
Yeah.
I think this is where, I mean,
Yeah.
from here, it's an uphill battle.
Exactly.
Big
Yeah.
time.
No, for sure.
Cool. All right, let's skip a bit of this. It comes out, it's okay. Because this is just you guys.
This
butting
was
heads.
just, I actually want, no,
Yeah.
because we did
Yeah.
come to some sort of agreement, but not
Okay.
a strong enough agreement whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like you can
Um,
almost step
'cause-
back out of this as well. Like step away because the tension is rising too much. Like there's a difference between good tension where you're holding the moment and they
Yeah.
feel it and it creates like urgency and drive. And then bad tension where it's like your beliefs are clashing heads, but that it's not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
like
yeah,
be
no,
like,
for sure.
okay, I see how we have different beliefs, and then like step right with him and like make him feel really heard. I
Mm.
think the missing link is like, where does this come from? Like, what's caused you to feel this way and
Yeah.
think this way? Because if they feel understood and heard, they're going to be much more like open to being not
Exactly.
suggested, but being
But-
molded. Because
Yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure. No, exactly. They feel like helping again. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we actually did get to a point where I was genuinely like, all right, this eager buy. So I just
Okay.
want to review
So
just this last bit before the pitch.
Yeah.
Ellis, I got what you're trying to say. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
I'm
well,
trying
it's
to get what you say. Yeah,
It's like what really happens then if you just keep adopting that mindset and you just keep staying with that mindset for the next 5, 10, 15 years.
that's why I want to do this.
Yeah, and I get you want to do it, and I get you jumped on the call, right? And kudos to you for kind of switching that. But if we can't make that switch in our mindset and make it a priority, right, it's going to be very hard, okay? Because I'll be honest with you, in business, like this isn't going to be a walk in the park. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be things we need to overcome.
Yeah, I get
Okay?
that. Yeah, yeah.
Like I'll be real with an employee mindset, with that player safe mindset, like it's hard to see results, and I'll be completely frank with you, right? So I guess for you, man, knowing that that's really what's held you back over the past 4 years, like, are you really willing to settle for that, knowing that you're not going to be able to spend enough time with your son as you'd like?
I think we're just talking hypothetical here, right? So if it comes to
Yeah,
that, I'm just
sure,
saying
it's-
yes, I'm all right to settle with that.
It's hypothetical.
But no,
right?
I want to break out of that chain. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say.
It's hypothetical, Dean, but realistically, like that's the path that we're going on if we keep acting like we have for the past 4 years.
Of course, it is. Yeah,
So given everything makes sense and everything aligns, like, are you actually committed to let go? Which
I am. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Why-
that's
why-
what I'm saying. Yeah.
He's
Why
getting
that-
frustrated.
Yeah.
Do you
he's
believe
just
him?
giving me his answers? No,
I don't believe him.
not at all.
No,
That's him saying it so you can get to the pitch.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he can get the info he
Yeah.
wants.
Yeah.
Because like the fact that you've got this dog in you is fucking great.
Yeah.
Because so many 19-year-olds especially
Too
wouldn't
scared.
have the fucking
Way
dog in
too
them.
scared.
Yeah. The fact it's so much easier for you to pull this back than it
Yeah.
is to build it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's just like genuinely, I think that is like an 80-20 for you right now. If you add that empathetical side and really
Yeah.
fucking like you are there to help them overcome it and you're like excited to help them overcome it.
Yeah.
Like you're like the concerned father that like knows that his son can do better.
Yeah.
That's the energy that you want to have.
It's funny
Yeah,
we're going through this
yeah.
because I had to do the same thing where I had to pull it back and learn because I would get frustrated, but I would also push hard.
Mm.
Now
Yeah.
I've learned the thing I'm not good at is being like smiling, but I feel like I've found my own way with my own personality of like showing them that I care. But it was hard. It took fucking time.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. You also like I've noticed on your calls though, you will say things like even though you don't have the body language maybe to match it, like maybe I do, you
Yeah.
still say things like, you know, I get it and that's fair. Like
Yeah.
those little acknowledgements help as well.
Like, cause I'm rough around the edges. I'll be like, fuck, bro, you're human. Of course you're scared.
Yeah.
But then I'll ramp it up again. But it's like they're like, okay, cool, he fucking gets
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah. Because you don't have to. A lot of people don't. A lot of people will just settle for their comfort zone.
Sorry, what are you asking?
Yeah, like why are you committed to letting go of that old way of thinking? Because you don't have to. Most people
It's-
don't.
I
Most
think
people just don't.
that's one way of that's how and that's what that's what I want to adapt now. I just want to break free from not really want to break free. I haven't been really on business mind.
that you can switch out of that employee mindset
Yeah.
and see success even when it's hard. Like, what can you do about it?
Well, I just have to listen to what you're gonna say.
Yeah, and also listen to what we say, right? But in a sense, taking action, actually backing yourself, taking that leap is the hardest part,
Hmm.
right? Because that's where a lot of people fall short. You'd be surprised with the amount of people I speak to, and they come on and they say they want to become an entrepreneur, they want to become this person, right? But they can't think like an entrepreneur, right? They
Mhm.
switch back into their comfort zone, and they're not willing to actually take risks and back themselves, right? So I guess for you guys, given everything makes sense, like, because it will be hard and it's going to be scary. So I guess for you guys, let go, draw a line in the sand, and switch into that entrepreneurial mindset.
To be realistic with you, Ellis, it's not like just a switch on and off, like a simple switch, and that's what I'm
Sure.
trying to explain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a simple switch, but what makes you say
Yes,
it's
I'm not just saying that I'm committed to go that way. That's what I'm trying to say.
sure, for sure. But commitment's one thing, right? Saying it is one thing, but actually taking action is what puts it into place.
That's true.
Okay. So again, I'm not asking you to climb Mount Everest. I'm not asking you to make the biggest change in the world. But again, given everything makes sense, like, do you actually feel today's the day to actually make a change?
Yeah.
Just a slight change, make a commitment to yourself. Well, I guess for you guys, like, let's say we're actually able to let go of that way of thinking, step into those entrepreneurial shoes, right? And we provide you everything step by step, hold your hand throughout the process and put you in that position where you are earning, I guess, like, what
Because like I know that like this will be the last point on it, but like
Mhm.
this is like on the inside, I reckon he's feeling almost like even shame maybe and
Yeah.
guilt. Like for not being that way. Like potentially. I'm
Yeah.
making an assumption,
Yeah,
But
that's
like,
fair enough.
if you think about, do you remember when Laura used to do her sessions on like consciousness? Like shame and guilt, like
Don't
lowest
buy.
you can be. They don't buy because they just stay there. They're too demotivated. They're too down. You gotta like you can get pain, but still encourage them
Yeah.
and still get them in a state where they're like inspired to take
You
action.
have to
Yeah.
change pain. You have to get pain, but then have them in a state of like courage and willingness to move out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I didn't enforce enough at all.
You're almost going really hard on the negative, where you could flip it, get him so bought into the positive, like tie it down, and then you can flip back negative and be like, what if you never
Yeah.
achieve this because we just keep,
Letting
Um,
that way of thinking.
yeah, like sleight of mouth would work really well on this guy. Like just because that's the way you've been brought up, does that mean it's how you're always going to be?
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
mean it's possible for you to change the cycle?
Yeah.
No, why not?
Yeah.
Because it's a choice.
Okay.
All that needed to be done earlier though.
And are you
Yeah.
willing and courageous enough to be the guy that does that? So you're selling him up rather than
Yeah.
like pushing him
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
For sure.
But your way of thinking is right. It's just like the angles you're coming at.
Yeah.
You can do it in a way that like he'll receive of it. That's why it's important at the start, because if you read his state, you know who you're selling to.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Because this what you're doing now, work on like 60% of prospects, and he's like the 20%, you get another 20%, and that's
Yeah.
like what takes you to like way bigger months.
Yeah. For sure.
Especially on this offer, because you sell this guy, it's an extra $1,500. You sell
Yeah, exactly.
5 of them in a month.
Stacks up.
Ching ching.
Yeah. No, for sure. All for a reason, but like, what happens if we kind of
We could spend more time doing things that we want to do.
like what sort of things do you want to do?
Well, we want to spend more time with family. We want to do more in our, because we're Jehovah's Witnesses, right? So we want to do more in our ministry. That's what we're looking
Yeah,
at.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, let's say we actually, you're able to spend more time with your kid as well. You're able to have that financial flexibility. Like, how would that make you guys feel? Like to actually have that?
Yeah, feels
Not
Do you know
enough.
why that didn't land?
No.
Okay. So this is so whenever you're future pacing, right? It's and a lot of people do this. I remember when I was coaching Luke, he used to do this all the time.
Yeah.
He used to, so like when I like draw it out, right?
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this 2.0 or whatever they want, and this is where they are now. And this is what they want. So before you get a feeling, the only way the feeling
Intangibles.
is gonna land is if you have tangible things.
Question about this,
Yes.
because I will sometimes go a bit deep on it in too early on, and I get tangibles early on.
Mhm.
And then when I'm asking the question, it's like, okay, I already know the answer, and then I tend to just move on.
Yeah.
So I don't really get the outcome I'm looking for by asking the question.
Yeah. So
'Cause in
you're
my
saying
mind, I've already got it.
yeah, so like earlier in the call, they'll say things like, I want more time with kids.
Yeah.
I want to travel more.
Things
Blah,
like
blah,
that.
blah. Yeah, they'll say stuff like this. I want to make 10K a month. And in your
Exactly.
mind, you're like, oh, well, I've already got the tangibles.
I'm just going to
So-
ask it for the sake of it to bring it back up,
Yeah.
and lightning's moved again.
So yeah, you actually are. But like super quick hack you can use to
Yeah.
do this without sounding like you're repeating yourself. Just say, I know you mentioned you want more time with your kids and you want to be able to travel and you want to be able to make this money. I guess like, what do you want? Like, where do you want to travel to? What do you want the money
Just go a
for?
bit deeper. Just
What would
touch on it
10K a month
again.
allow you to do that you can't right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it allow me to travel. Oh, where do you want to go? I want to go to Bali. Okay, cool. And time with kids, like, do you feel like you don't have as much time as you'd like to? No. Where are you noticing this? Oh, day to
Yeah.
day, what does that look like? How often is that happening?
Mm.
Gotcha. What does that do to you? Like knowing that you're not there for them in those moments when they're playing soccer. Like you can get really specific moments.
Yeah.
And when you get those moments, what are people going to do?
Yeah. They relive it in their head, and then
And if
their
they relive it
feelings
in their
come back.
head, exactly.
Yeah.
So you think about reverse it when you're up top and you're finding problems and pain, you want to make them relive the moment to get the pain.
Yeah,
It's the same
exactly.
in the future.
Same with future. Yeah.
And then you
I-
attach meanings.
Yeah, I think I used to do it obviously on fitness quite a lot, getting like the actual tangibles, getting specific moments, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I fall short on it in VisUp.
Yeah.
sure.
It'll help a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is how you get positive feeling. There's
Yeah.
no point doing any future pacing if you don't get positive feeling.
Yeah,
You might as well fucking skip it.
exactly. Yeah.
So
How-
yeah.
Just a quick one. How do you manage the length of your discoveries? Because I feel like if I want to hit every point to the extent I need to, it's just going to be way too long.
So I get the most time I spend is on that overview section
Yeah,
for objection preventing.
Yeah.
You can move past the job, how much they need to be making,
Yeah.
why. You can move past that pretty quick.
Yeah.
DIY pretty quick. Tangible, what they need help with pretty quick.
Yeah.
what held them back in the past, I go fucking deep
That's where
there.
you sell.
As
Yeah,
deep
yeah,
as I
exactly.
need to.
Yeah.
I don't care about time. As deep as I
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
until they've overcome it.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes, and I've done this on recent calls, if I go so deep there and I know that their positive has already been outlined here, sometimes I will skip this.
Skip it. Yeah.
Same.
Sometimes I skip the positive because I've gone so deep on what's held them back, I can go direct to consequence.
Yeah. I sometimes I'd get too deep in the pre-handle and then skip the consequence.
Yeah.
No, you
Because I'm-
consequence at the end.
I know, but
when you
I-
pitch.
But I feel like I've already consequenced that way of thinking too much
Mhm.
to where it gets to the point I'm consequencing. It's like, all right, well, what happens if you don't make this change? What happens if you let that way of thinking? And it's the same answer.
If you've already consequenced it, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Then
if
I'm
you genuinely
finishing the
have-
call on a high note.
So you consequence, then you go, cool. Are you willing to move past that or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Do you want me to show you how we can get you out of this?
Okay.
And then you build them up with the pitch.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No,
But-
for sure.
If you're not going super deep, tangible, then being able to fly to Bali, spend more time with your kids so that you don't miss out on XYZ and actually
Yeah.
make that sort of money so that you can actually is a powerful fucking word here.
Yeah.
What would that mean for you?
Yeah.
What would that do for you? How would that feel?
Yeah.
That's going to land so much better.
Yeah.
I like to do meaning then feeling.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You go, what would that mean for you?
Yeah.
And then
It would
how would
mean
that feel?
like it would mean we're able to be like the parents we want to be. How would that feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that all of your hard work and all of your work internally overcoming this results in that.
Mm.
How would that feel?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
For
yeah.
sure.
Okay. Cool.
But
No, I like
I'm
that.
guilty of this.
I-
I don't future pace as much as I used to.
Yeah. Not do I at all.
Yeah, and this is where it can be case by case. Like, if you, the main people I would want to future pace with are guys that are in a low state.
Yeah.
If they're in a low emotional state,
Yeah.
you definitely want to future pace them
Yeah.
because you need to build them back up.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of my calls are pretty negative, to be honest.
Yeah. So then this will help.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
then once you get that, it's easier as well. Like, if you think about it, right? If you've got this positive and this is, say, the negative, it's like it's easier for this to be a bigger gap if you go deeper on the positive. Because like if
Yeah.
you stretch the positive all the way high, then naturally this negative
It's
is
gonna
way
go down
lower.
anyway, and then you bring it back down and it's
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
And it's a
for
bigger
sure.
gap.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easiest way to shorten your calls is probe more. Shorter probes and faster probes, and you shorten your calls.
Yeah. In what sense?
Probing faster, and instead of summarizing what they said and dragging it back, just probe on the point you were going to probe on instead of letting them
Yeah.
finish.
On the right things.
That's what I did a lot when I was still selling with the social blueprint towards the end when I stopped future pacing. Me and Luke got pretty good at it. We were selling people between 20 and 30 minutes payment collected onboarded off the call.
Mm. 'Cause you
Fastest
just
one,
probing on the
fastest
right
one I
stuff.
did was 14 minutes on a triage for 13K pip just because of probing. He was a good lead though. Give him
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
like you just like you probe from the beginning because you train them to give you the right answer or the truth.
Mm.
If you train the truth from the beginning, your calls will be shorter.
Yeah. That's a
Because
really
like
good point.
Yeah.
this is another way to fix your intention. Rather than looking for a certain answer, you're looking for the truth.
Mm.
That's all sales is. You just
Yeah.
want to find the truth.
Yeah.
And if the
Yeah, you
truth
want them to
results in
realize it.
you guys being able to help, cool. And if it doesn't mean you can help, then you just don't pitch them.
Yeah.
That's how you
Fair
get all your
enough.
detachment.
Yeah.
Because you can only help someone that wants to help themselves, and you can't help them if they can't give you the truth.
For sure. 100%.
Was there
It took me ages to learn too.
okay, cool. So you future pace.
You know, you're able to spend more time with your kid as well.
I actually don't know what to feel. I'm just
But how do you think it would feel? You know, having all the time in the world to actually spend the time you want to.
How do you think and feel are
Yeah.
opposites?
Well, because he said before, I re-looped it again, and it was like, I actually don't know how it would feel to have that.
What if you really thought about it? Well,
Yeah.
just imagine it for a second.
Yeah, he's in a very like logical state.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Just picture it, man.
that feels great. I think it will feel great.
That's purely just
Yeah,
to
it's
move.
bullshit.
Yeah.
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 So like what you can do is where was I going with this? Might have to edit this out. I blanked.
That's fine. Like, you don't have to be polite. You don't
No.
have to say it just because you think I want to hear it.
No, there was another thing. Go back a little bit, I'll remember. It was source too.
But how do you think it would feel? You know, having all the time in the world to actually spend the time you want to, that quality time with your family, being financially free, having that flexibility in your life.
That feels great. I think it will feel great.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, right? Because obviously you're on the call for a reason, but like, what happens if we
Do you? Do you genuinely believe that?
Well,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would feel great. You
Yeah,
sure?
no.
You don't seem sure.
Yeah.
You don't sound too certain.
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah, I guess it would feel good.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like,
One thing that plays into my mind, so what minute are we at?
28.
We're at 28, right? And I haven't even gone to consequence. So I find a fine line because I had a call after this as well.
Yeah.
I ended up pushing him off. But it's like very fine line between, because if I'm gonna pitch this guy an objection handle, I can't get this done in an hour.
Yeah. That's where what Anton said is just probing on the right stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And like, it's a mix of like knowing what answer you want and getting to the truth, because
Yeah.
as soon as you get the answer you need, you can move on.
Yeah.
And then you can interrupt and
Yeah.
you can like I noticed at the start, you have quite a few like, I think a bit of fluff where like, yeah, we'll help
yeah.
the student do this. Yeah, I'm doing the same
Yeah.
thing.
My first 5 to 10
Yeah, we can
minutes,
definitely help. Like,
that bit can just
yeah, no, we can help until the pitch. Like until then,
You
Like-
can't help them until they've overcome this stuff either.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
realistically,
exactly.
that's what I was gonna say. This is how you can detach yourself. Is being like I don't judge you. Like I'm not here to judge you.
Yeah.
But like, are you willing to overcome this? Like, and this is how you can transition if you don't future pace and you consequence.
Mm.
It's like, well, are you willing to overcome this and do whatever it takes?
Mm.
Because if you are, we can help, and if not, I'm sorry. Like I'm not judging you, but we can't. But that's cool.
That
And you're
would've
like
slapped, to be
super
honest,
neutral, super neutral, because you give them both ways. They choose, and you're like, I don't judge you either way. One way we can help, one way we can't, because then all the responsibility is on him. You bring ultimate detachment because you're like, cool, success is his choice.
That would have hit hard.
You can't change it. If he chooses not to, it's not your job.
Yeah, because he wasn't willing to overcome it at all. He was just willing
Yeah.
to tell me that he was.
Yeah.
You can save yourself time, because if they're not, like, you can't force them.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And why even explore another business?
I'm not saying I'm gonna settle. I'm just saying if I have to settle with that, it's it's not something that's too bad.
Do you ever have to
I'm
settle
not
for-
really against it. I'm saying if it happens to me, yes, it's all right. But of
do you ever
course,
have
it's
to
not something I
settle
want
for
to settle. No, it's not something I want to settle.
Yeah, but when you say if you have to, like, does anyone ever have to settle for the 9 to 5?
I think
9 to 5 is bad in your mind.
Yeah.
He hasn't decided 9 to 5 is bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Projection.
Yeah, 100%.
just with the with the reality of how things are going. We were lucky to be in Australia, right?
This is where
There's no such thing as really permanent in this world. I'm just saying worst case scenarios, right? What if
Yeah.
it's something that we're torn? What if
That way of thinking, though, like knowing that you're content with just settling for what you have, and knowing that if you have, like, thinking that it's a potential option to just settle for what you've been doing, like, does that way of thinking really serve you?
it does?
Very clear you want him to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how he's resistance? That is a face of resistance. It's so funny when you pause it, bro.
You see a lot when you like it's
Yeah.
hard because in hindsight,
Yeah.
this is all hindsight.
Yeah, see, I came to you. I said that I thought this. I thought I kind of did everything in my power. I thought it was pretty good.
Crazy
Yeah.
to look back
Like
at
in
it.
terms of like
In terms of process and what you're saying, it is good, but it's like that
the
deeper
way it's
level of
delivered.
understanding
Yeah,
the
for
person.
sure.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
You look back in a year and you'll like read people so much better now, and it just comes with talking to
Yeah,
thousands of
yeah.
them. Like
No, for sure.
it's hard to learn in 6 months. Like that's why,
Yeah.
the longer you do it, the more you'll pick up on like the exact pattern.
Yeah.
Because that's where you could have gone more into the positive, be like,
But what is
it wouldn't be like terrible, and I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But are you actually willing to do what it takes so that's not a reality
Right.
if it didn't have to be?
Yeah.
Why are you? How committed are you?
Yeah.
Are you
Oh.
sure?
Batman analogy. I
Yeah,
like that.
Batman analogy.
Yeah. I think from minute 25 I was lost, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when that resistance came up,
Yeah.
Let's go to I just want to quickly look.
Objections.
I'm actually just curious.
Yeah. It'll be further than that.
like, does that genuinely align with what you guys are looking for? Like, do you genuinely believe this can help get you to those 10 plus K months, that point where you can have that freedom back in your life?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why though? Just from your perspective.
It's something we can definitely do. Like it's something that's yeah, just
But I guess, like,
feasible for
with
us.
Yeah, but I guess with the mentorship side of things as well, like, why do you genuinely believe with the structure and layout that we can actually help get you to those 10 plus?
It's just looking at the testimonies from your students.
I guess
So,
like
awesome.
other students and other people's successor sagas, talking about you guys here, like, why do you feel what we've covered and what we, support and guide you through can actually help get you to where you want to go?
he still needs more.
Okay, you,
Be like, I know our
Yeah.
students are successful. Do you believe you can be though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's a
Like,
12K.
instilling the belief in him.
I ran a little Christmas special for him. I know he didn't have much money. Just flip it up. Fine.
Mm.
Right, and then,
Right? And then in maybe a
10K to invest.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Well, look, if you guys didn't have any other questions as well, I'm happy to kind of run you through what the next steps look like as well. Typically, we process everything on the call. So the next steps would be we process the investment side of things. I'll get your agreement written up, send that over to you as well, real quick. Put you into the Discord, create your
So
channel.
yeah,
Typically we just process everything on this call. And I'll put.
It's like he's slow, you're going fast, you're changing like
Yeah, no, 100%.
so. It's like when
just a
you're
divide completely.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the energy is like there's a gap
Yeah.
where he's like he's trying to move at his own pace, and you're like, yeah, but I know it's because you got time crunches with calls and shit. So I get
Yeah.
it because I've done this before as
Yeah.
well. Whenever I get the question like, oh, do we do it now? They're like, well, when do you want to start seeing the results?
Yeah.
And it's
I
just like
that.
straight instead of like, yeah, we typically do. It's like, put it on them.
Right. Yeah.
That's how you just feel like so detached, and it's like
It's like,
he's got to come to you now.
yeah, exactly.
Or even a cheeky like, why do you ask?
Yeah, it's like
Do I have to do it today? I mean, you don't have to do anything, but
I've
Yeah,
got
that's
this.
why I got to the point. I was like, bro, you could have left the call 20 minutes ago.
There was a guy the other week that this is the exact situation. He's like, you don't have to close me on the call. I'm like, bro, do I have a gun to your head telling you have to buy? I'm like, no, you
Yeah.
don't have to do anything, but
Yeah.
when do you want to start committing to yourself finally?
yeah.
And he's like, ah, shit. And then keep that. But
Right? And then in maybe a month, I can turn my mic off, turn my camera off, go get a
no, we want to give it a thought as well, like going through.
Okay. Yeah, no stress.
Yeah.
That's fine. I guess like again with what we've really covered, because what's most important to me is that you
biggest thing is
generate.
Mhm.
So like,
hard you go. Like that's so good. Like
Yeah. No, that's actually a great trait.
most people give up way too much.
Yeah.
On objectives.
And you're willing, like this still goes
Yeah, bro,
on.
it was over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Like you got that fucking dog, which is great. So it's gonna be so easy for you to pull it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
The
few
delivery,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
be
actually,
real with me, like,
you'd rather do that than learn how to go harder and like battle your own internal like
Yeah,
scaredness to
exactly.
like challenge
Yeah, bro.
people.
Yeah.
That's so much harder to train people to do.
Yeah.
like you have been, but like the whole structure and layout, everything we've covered, like do you genuinely feel like that can actually help you
We
get to 10 plus K?
we generally feel it's something that's will really help us, but
Yeah.
along with other things.
How do you know it's weak? Because you never. you
Yeah, I
didn't
know.
ask.
Yeah, that was
That's a big thing.
pathetic. Yeah.
But that's all right. It's an
Yeah.
easy fix.
I usually do. I'm not sure why.
That's right, bro. Like, and this is where like state and stuff comes in too. Like, how was your sleep last
Yeah,
night?
exactly.
Was this today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you sleep much?
Not really. I woke up at 4:30. Yeah.
That adds to it. Like,
Yeah.
you don't think it adds to it because you wake up with energy because you got adrenaline. But like, I notice it when I go like a long period of time with lack of sleep,
Mm.
my presence and like how sharp I am on calls
Yeah.
massively changes. Same with
100%.
food you're eating,
It's just the little
exercise.
things as well.
You called
Yeah.
me out for this before ages ago when you were managing Blueprint
Yeah.
because I was working stupid hours, like starting at like 6 a.m. NZ, doing the American hours, having a 2-hour break, going to the gym, so not even resting, going and lifting, and then
Mm.
working until 10, 11. And you're like, bro, you worked all of those hours and you're not sleeping. Like, no
Mm.
wonder your sales only close in the morning.
Yeah.
Sleep is the 80-20, bro. For
Yeah.
like all health,
Yeah.
80-20 is sleep.
Mm.
Like if you exercise straight away, it can mitigate some of it.
Right.
But like for the most part, like at least 7 hours and like ideally consistent times you wake up
Mm.
is the
Yeah.
biggest thing.
Well, the past few days have been a bit cooked.
And it happens, bro. Like it happens. But like that's another thing that adds because like
Yeah.
you had 8 hours, great fucking sleep. You might have even had a better mood. Like see
Yeah,
how you
because sometimes I
constantly-
do. Sometimes, like I know what you guys are saying, because sometimes I will have that empathetic presence on a call and that detachment as well. But it's very on and off.
Yeah, yeah. Because even like see how like you're constantly leaning,
Mm.
like that could be like because you're tired, you know, and then you look really attached because you're leaning forward,
Yeah.
as opposed to like sitting up, like you got energy, you're ready to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that's
there's
all you
probably
need, bro.
That's the meat and bones of
Not
it.
much else to cover, to be honest.
I can see it probably just, I'm assuming it probably just looped back to the
I
same
just think
stuff
you're gonna
before.
keep butting heads. I just don't see a way out of it from here. If you guys had,
I ended up getting pretty strong. Like getting what you do in a sense is like,
Or ramp it up.
I think it's with any education, we got to pay for it. Like what we did with the nursing, we actually paid for the tuition fee. So paying something for a business model that actually works will help for us. I think it's
Sure.
very reasonable. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess for you guys then wanting to kind of just blow things over again, is it more so just a bit of uncertainty, which is totally normal, right? Because
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you knew right now 110% guaranteed this was going to work, you were going to get to where you want to go.
That's where you got
Like
to.
what would you do?
yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a bit uncertain. Like, okay, cool. Like, I appreciate you for being honest because like everyone goes through this.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Like,
exactly.
you're a human.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
So we still we wanna
Yeah, look,
talk things through.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Dean, that's fine. You don't have to do anything. Okay, I'm not forcing you to do anything. That's
No,
fine.
no.
Like if you knew 110% right now, guaranteed, this was gonna work, this was gonna get you to where you want to go, like what would you do?
Sure, I'm gonna do it.
Right. And like again, it's very normal to be uncertain, right? I get it. I was in your shoes once as well. It's totally
Mhm.
normal, right? Because it's different to what you used to, right? You haven't done this type of thing before.
No,
But
I haven't. Yeah,
yeah, but ultimately, like how are you ever gonna know 110% guaranteed whether this is actually gonna work or not?
unless I try.
Yeah, right. Because like at the end of the day, we're really never going to know the outcome before we do something, right? All we can do is put ourselves in the best possible position to actually get to where we want to be. Okay. So I get you guys want to think about that. That's all right. Okay. But look, did you mind if I share a little bit of a perspective on that?
Sure.
Yeah, because it's like, have you guys ever been skydiving before?
No, I don't think it's something we want to do.
But you know what skydiving is, right?
Yeah, no.
Right. Let's imagine, right? Hypothetically, you're up in the air, 30,000 feet in the air, staring over the edge, right? You're about to jump. Like, do you think that decision to actually commit and jump out of the plane gets easier the longer you wait, or like harder the longer you wait?
No, it doesn't. That
Like,
doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier. No.
Right. Why would you say it doesn't get easier?
Like, it's just you're just prolonging the agony.
Prolonging-
You're gonna have to jump anyway.
Well, not necessarily. You can just stay in your comfort zone and ride down the plane.
Oh yeah, true though. Yeah.
Right. But why do you say it's going to get harder to actually?
It's just the anxiety. You're prolonging the anxiety instead of just jumping through.
Exactly. Right. Because it's like the decision-making process that you guys have right now, right? What do you actually feel like you need to do to put yourself in the best possible position?
That's with anything. Like we have to do our due diligence. We gotta think it through. And I get what you're saying.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dan, time out for a second. We've been doing our due diligence for the past 4 years. We're slipping back into our comfort zone. I'm holding you accountable here. Okay, remember how you agreed for me holding
It just doesn't land.
It's gonna land redundantly,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You accountable. This is the high level of thinking that I want you to think of, okay? Because I'm not asking you guys to make this decision based on where you are today, but based on that 2.0 version of yourself, okay? That Dean 2.0, who's got the flexibility, who's got that freedom in his life, you're able to spend more quality time with your kids.
By the way, if you guys are listening and you're wondering how you can learn more about Closers Cult and how you can actually make 10, 15, 20K a month from remote sales, then just click the link in the description. There's going to be more information there. Anyway, back to the pod. Like that demeanor is way better too, by the
Yeah.
way. Like the little eyebrow raise of like you want better for them, way better.
So much better.
I think probably because this is muscle memory for you when you're
Yeah.
in rejections.
I think I was probably just very startled on his beliefs. Like when he said he was willing to settle for not being able to spend time with his kids, I was just like, sorry, you're not willing to settle? Like you're willing to settle for that? And
Yeah.
it just rubbed off.
Yeah.
Um,
I think we're done
yeah,
with this.
it's,
Right?
yeah.
Main takeaways.
Yeah.
What do you say main
We
takeaways?
covered a
are?
shitload.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. All right. Well, I think one of the main ones is just that empathetic side. Being able to kind of bring that out. Going a bit deeper, like navigating the call. So
Yeah.
Um,
Empathetic. I got
so
it.
yeah, having that empathetic side as well. Breaking it down, going a little bit more specific into what they actually need specifically, because I feel like, as Anton said, my pitch could probably be told to 100 people.
Yeah.
And it would be the exact same. Going a little bit deeper as well on the future base.
Yeah.
In terms of getting real specific, allowing them to relive the moment and relive those feelings as well. Otherwise, it's not going to land at all.
Yeah.
I think again, just over contextual.
Over justifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being a bit shorter, sharper with my
Less
words.
fluff, basically.
Yeah, but I think the main thing is just my demeanor in a sense, and the way I approach the call.
I think this one's
with
the
the
80-20.
questions we asked. Yeah.
States contagious.
Yeah, exactly. And being way too suggestive. So many things. I'll have to watch back over this
Yeah.
as well.
That's all the result of the empathy thing, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
That's the root
100%.
cause. So you fix that. The rest of this will fall into place the more you do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because if you fix the empathy and you
A lot
fix
of
your
it can be
intention,
fixed with.
you won't be as much like suggestive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like naturally, you'll just ask more questions or be on their side
Be
more.
more
So you won't be
curious.
pushing the suggestion to them. You'll be on their side
Yeah.
because you fix it. So you won't actually have to do much like technical work. It's more. This is the internal game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It kind of is though.
No,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
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 What were your guys' main takeaways in terms of teaching?
I think I definitely think like the empathy side is it's just because it has a ripple effect. Like that,
Yeah.
if you think about like the tree and you got like all these branches, like the suggestiveness is a branch.
Yeah.
The other stuff that we touched on, like these are all branches, but the root is that is
Yeah.
empathy.
No,
Because
exactly.
you just fundamentally don't understand why he can think that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that comes through.
Yeah.
But if
With
you
everything
change
else.
that and you go, you know what, I can't fucking blame this guy. He grew up in a completely different culture, different
Yeah,
background.
definitely. Yeah.
And while I disagree with it, like I can understand why he has that perspective.
Yeah. So let's work together.
Yes.
Yeah.
You and him against the problem
Exactly.
together. It's collaborative.
Yeah. Rather than my way of thinking against yours, I want you to think my way.
Exactly. And that's when you'll get prospects
Yeah.
thanking you, bro.
Yeah.
That's when you get them thanking you and like fucking loving you after the
Mm,
call.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
For sure. Gas.
Cool.
Appreciate that.
Good shit, bro.
That was
Good job.
fucking awesome.
G shit.
Cool. By the way, guys, if you do want to learn more about Closers Cult, which is, I mean, living proof right here, 19 years old, started fucking what, 6-7 months ago and did 17K in a single month. You just had a Bali retreat with the company,
Yeah, bro, I got flown out to Bali, free accommodation, free
flown
everything.
out, free com, had a
Yeah.
great time. We're in
Yeah,
Koh
yeah.
Samui together. If you guys want to be part of like a community like this where you can train in person, live in person together, learn online, learn what it takes to get to 10K, 20K, 30K a month in remote sales, just have a look at the link below. And apart from that, see you guys in the next one.